Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola, also known as Coke, is a cola soft drink manufactured by the Coca-Cola Company. It was first introduced in the late 19th century as a temperance drink and patent medicine. In 1888, John Stith Pemberton sold the ownership rights to Asa Griggs Candler, who led Coca-Cola to dominance in the global soft drink market. The name Coca refers to two of its original ingredients, coca leaves and cola nuts, a source of caffeine. The current formula of Coca-Cola remains a trade secret, but a variety of recipes and experimental recreations have been published. The secret has inspired imitators and created a whole classification of soft drink, colas. The Coca-Cola Company produces concentrate, which is sold to licensed bottlers worldwide. Bottlers hold exclusive territory contracts with the company and produce the finished product in cans and bottles, combined with filtered water and sweeteners. A typical 12 U.S. fluid ounce, 350 milliliters, can contain 38 grams of sugar. The bottlers sell, distribute, and merchandise Coca-Cola to retail stores, restaurants, and vending machines worldwide. The Coca-Cola Company has also introduced other cola drinks under the Coke name, such as Diet Coke, caffeine-free Coca-Cola, Diet Coke caffeine-free, Coca-Cola Zero Sugar, Coca-Cola Cherry, Coca-Cola Vanilla, and special versions with lemon, lime, and coffee. History. In the 19th century, Confederate Colonel John Pemberton, a wounded and addicted to morphine, developed a non-alcoholic version of his French wine Coca Nerve Tonic. The beverage was marketed as Coca-Cola, the temperance drink, appealing to many people during the temperance movement. By 1888, 3 versions of Coca-Cola were on the market, with a co-partnership formed between Pemberton and 4 Atlanta businessmen. Asa Candler, the son of Pemberton, claimed that the name Coca-Cola belonged to his son, Charlie. Charlie's exclusive control over the Coca-Cola name became a constant thorn in Asa Candler's side. After Candler gained a better foothold on Coca-Cola, he was forced to sell the beverage under the names Yum Yum and Coke, while Charlie Pemberton was selling the elixir, although a cruder mixture, under the name Coca-Cola. By the middle of 1888, the Atlanta pharmacist was anxious to establish a firmer legal claim to Coca-Cola and hoped to force his 2 competitors, Walker and Dozier, completely out of the business. John Pemberton died suddenly on August 16, 1888, and Asa Candler decided to move swiftly forward to attain full control of the entire Coca-Cola operation. Charlie Pemberton, an alcoholic and opium addict, unnerved Asa Candler more than anyone else. Candler quickly maneuvered to purchase the exclusive rights to the name Coca-Cola from Pemberton's son Charlie immediately after he learned of Dr. Pemberton's death. In 1892, Candler set out to incorporate a second company, the Coca-Cola Company, the current corporation. When the earliest records of the Coca-Cola Company were destroyed in 1910, the action was claimed to have been made during a move to new corporation offices around this time. On June 23, 1894, Charlie Pemberton was found unconscious with a stick of opium by his side. On September 12, 1919, Coca-Cola Company was purchased by a group of investors led by Ernest Woodruff's Trust Company for $25 million and reincorporated under Delaware General Corporation Law. In 1923, Robert W. Woodruff was elected president of the company, expanding the company and bringing Coca-Cola to the rest of the world. Coca-Cola, a popular soft drink, has its roots in bottling dating back to 1894 when it was first bottled in Vicksburg, Mississippi. The company later merged with 2 bottling operators in 1991, leading to the creation of Coca-Cola Enterprises Incorporated, CCE. The company's history includes bottling as an over-the-counter dietary supplement for upset stomach and being certified kosher by Atlanta Rabbi Tobias Geffen in 1935. In the 20th century, Coca-Cola introduced the new Coke formula in 1985, but faced backlash due to public preference for the old drink. In response, the company returned to the old formula under the name Coca-Cola Classic in 1985. In the 21st century, Coca-Cola resumed operations in Iraq in 2005, and in 2007, the name Coca-Cola Classic was changed back to Coca-Cola. In 2009, the word Classic was removed from all Coca-Cola products, and in 2011, the company introduced the 7.5-ounce mini-can and price reductions for 16-ounce bottles. In 2012, Coca-Cola resumed business in Myanmar after 60 years of absence due to U.S.-imposed investment sanctions. The company plans to invest $200 million in Myanmar and $5 billion in India by 2020. In February 2021, Coca-Cola announced plans to start selling sodas in 100% recycled plastic bottles in the United States and recycle one bottle or can for each one sold. The company began by selling 2,000 paper bottles to test their durability due to safety risks and changing taste. Production. Coca-Cola's ingredients include carbonated water, sugar, caffeine, phosphoric acid, and caramel color. The exact formula for natural flavorings is a trade secret, with the original copy held in Truist Financial's main vault in Atlanta for 86 years. Coca-Cola has a rule restricting access to only 2 executives, but each knows the entire formula, and that persons other than the prescribed duo have known the formulation process. When launched, Coca-Cola's 2 key ingredients were cocaine and caffeine. Cocaine was derived from the coca leaf, while caffeine was from cola nut. The company used a cocaine-free coca leaf extract in 1929, which is prepared at a Stepan Company plant in Maywood, New Jersey. The cola nut acts as a flavoring and the original source of caffeine in Coca-Cola, containing about 2.0 to 3.5% caffeine and having a bitter flavor. The US government sued Coca-Cola in 1911 to force it to remove caffeine from its formula. The court found that the syrup would result in a beverage containing 1.21 grains, or 78.4 milligrams, of caffeine per 8 US fluid ounces, 240 milliliters, serving. The case was decided in favor of the Coca-Cola Company, but the U.S. Pure Food and Drug Act amended it in 1912. The company voluntarily reduced the amount of caffeine in its product and offered to pay the government's legal costs to settle and avoid further litigation. Coca-Cola's production and distribution follow a franchising model, with the company producing a syrup concentrate and selling it to bottlers worldwide. Independent bottlers produce almost half of the volume sold in the world, and they can sweeten the drink according to local tastes. Geographic spread. Coca-Cola has been sold outside the United States since 1900, with the Cuba Libre mix created in Havana after the Spanish-American War of 1898. The brand's international reach remained limited until the 1940s, when it was introduced throughout South America and Europe after World War II. Coca-Cola became a symbol of American soft power and globalization. Since 2012, it has been officially available in every country except Cuba and North Korea, but is reported to be available as a gray import. As of 2022, Coca-Cola has suspended operations in Russia due to the invasion of Ukraine. In the Middle East, a fatwa was created in Egypt to discuss the permissibility of Coca-Cola and Pepsi-Cola consumption by Muslims. Muslim jurists stated that unless the Quran specifically prohibits consumption, it is permissible to consume the product. Coca-Cola first entered the Chinese market in the 1920s with no localized representation of its name. In the 1930s, the company settled on the name Coca-Cola, Kuko-Kulu, meaning to allow the mouth to be able to rejoice. Brand portfolio. Coca-Cola has various variants worldwide, including the caffeine-free version and additional fruit flavors. The logo design was created by Frank Mason Robinson in 1885 and played a significant role in early Coca-Cola advertising. The contour bottle design, created by bottle designer Earl R. Dean and Coca-Cola's general counsel Harold Hirsch, was inspired by a gourd-shaped cocoa pod in the Encyclopedia Britannica. The prototype bottle was approved by Chapman J. Root in 1915, and a design patent was issued in November 1915. The bottle was patented on December 25, 1923, and is now one of the most recognized packages on the planet. Raymond Loewy updated the design in 1955 to accommodate larger formats, but misinterpretations of comments have led to a popular misconception. Other attributions include a Victorian hoop dress or the doctrine of strict liability for defective products. In 1944, Associate Justice Roger J. Traynor of the Supreme Court of California used a case involving a waitress injured by an exploding Coca-Cola bottle to articulate the doctrine of strict liability for defective products. Designer bottles for Coca-Cola include Karl Lagerfeld, Jean-Paul Gaultier, and Italian designers like Alberto Ferretti, Blumarine, Etro, Fendi, Marni, Missoni, Moschino, and Versace. In 2019, Coca-Cola shared the first beverage bottle made with ocean plastic. Competitors. Pepsi, the main rival of Coca-Cola, is often second in sales and outsells the company in some markets. RC Cola, now owned by the Dr. Pepper Snapple Group, is also widely available. Local brands like Cola Real, Corsica Cola, Braze Cola, Inca Cola, Jolmist, Earn Brew, and Vita Cola also compete with Coca-Cola. In India, Coca-Cola's other brands like Thumbs Up and Sprite perform well, with Thumbs Up holding a 9% market share as of 2023. Tropicola is served in Cuba instead of Coca-Cola due to a US embargo. French brand Coca-Cola and British brand Kibla Cola compete in the Middle East. In Turkey, Cola Taka, Zamzam and Parsi Cola, Future Cola, Kafola, Kokta, and Mercator Cola are some of the brand's competitors. In 2021, Coca-Cola petitioned to cancel registrations for Thumbs Up and Limca issued to Minaxi Enterprise Incorporated based on misrepresentation of source. The Trademark Trial and Appeal Board concluded that Minaxi engaged in blatant misuse to trade on Coca-Cola's goodwill and reputation. Advertising. Coca-Cola's advertising has significantly influenced American culture, with the company often inventing the modern image of Santa Claus as an old man in a red and white suit. The company relied on images of smartly dressed young women to sell its beverages, with the first such advertisement appearing in 1895. In 1941, the nickname Coke was officially used for the product, and in 1971, a song from a Coca-Cola commercial called "I'd Like to Teach the World to Sing" became a hit single. During the 1950s, the term Cola Wars emerged, describing the ongoing battle between Coca-Cola and Pepsi for supremacy in the soft drink industry. Coca-Cola's advertising is pervasive, with one of Woodruff's stated goals being to ensure everyone on Earth drank Coca-Cola as their preferred beverage. The company has gone through various advertising slogans, including "It's the real thing," "The pause that refreshes," "I'd like to buy the world a Coke," and "Coke is it." In 1999, Coca-Cola introduced the Coke Card, a loyalty program offering deals on items like clothes, entertainment, and food when the cardholder purchased a Coca-Cola Classic. In 2006, Coca-Cola introduced My Coke Rewards, allowing consumers to earn points by entering codes from specially marked packages of Coca-Cola products into a website. Coca-Cola has also launched limited-time collector bottles for Christmas, such as the "Holidays Are Coming" advertisement featuring a train of red delivery trucks decorated with Christmas lights. Coca-Cola has a long history of sports sponsorship, including being the first commercial sponsor of the Olympic Games in 1928 and continuing to sponsor the Olympics since 1978. The company has also sponsored the FIFA World Cup, NASCAR's annual Coca-Cola 600 and Coke Zero Sugar 400, and the e-Racing Pro Series. Coca-Cola has a long history of sports marketing relationships with Major League Baseball, the National Football League, the National Basketball Association, and the National Hockey League, as well as many teams within those leagues. Coca-Cola is the official soft drink of many collegiate football teams throughout the nation, partly due to providing upgraded athletic facilities in exchange for Coca-Cola's sponsorship. It was one of the official sponsors of the 1996 Cricket World Cup held on the Indian subcontinent and is also one of the associate sponsors of Delhi Capitals in the Indian Premier League. In England, Coca-Cola was the main sponsor of the Football League between 2004 and 2010 and has been the title sponsor of the Football League Cup, Coca-Cola Cup, since 1992. Between 1994 and 1997, Coca-Cola was the title sponsor of the Scottish League Cup and the Irish League Cup from 1998 to 2001. Coca-Cola is the presenting sponsor of the Tour Championship, the final event of the PGA Tour held each year at East Lake Golf Club in Atlanta, Georgia. In Canada, Coca-Cola introduced gold-colored cans in packs of 12 355 milliliters each to celebrate the 2010 Winter Olympics. Used as political and corporate symbol, Coca-Cola is a highly recognizable American brand, often criticized for its association with American imperialism. After World War II, White Coke was produced for Soviet Marshal Georgy Zhukov, disguised as vodka bottles with a red star cap. The drink is often a metonym for the Coca-Cola Company. Coca-Cola was introduced to China in 1927 and was popular until 1949. After the Chinese Civil War, the beverage was no longer imported due to its association with Western culture and capitalist lifestyle. Importation resumed in 1979 after diplomatic relations between the US and China were restored. Coca-Cola has faced consumer boycotts in Arab countries due to its early investment in Israel during the Arab League boycott. Coca-Cola and Pepsi are popular alternatives in the Middle East. A Coca-Cola fountain dispenser was developed for use on the Space Shuttle to test carbonated beverages production from stored carbon dioxide, water, and flavored syrups. FGBA-1 flew on STS-63 in 1995 and dispensed pre-mixed beverages, followed by FGBA-2 on STS-77 the following year. mixing CO2, water, and syrup to make beverages. Medicinal application. Coca-Cola is sometimes used for the treatment of gastric phytobesores. In about 50% of cases studied, Coca-Cola alone was found to be effective in gastric phytobesore dissolution. This treatment can, however, result in the potential of developing small bowel obstruction in a minority of cases, necessitating surgical intervention. Criticism. Critics of Coca-Cola have raised concerns about health effects, environmental issues, and business practices. The drink's Coca flavoring and nickname, Coke, have been linked to the illegal drug cocaine, leading to food safety legislation amendments. PepsiCo, a minority market, gained market share in the 1950s by targeting African Americans and promoting its anti-racism stance. Coca-Cola has faced criticism since the early 2000s, with Break Free from Plastic naming it the world's largest plastic polluter. The company's packaging is criticized for its high sugar content, which can cause dental caries and obesity. In February 2021, a video of a training session urging employees to be less white was leaked. The pro-Palestine movement has boycotted Coca-Cola, citing its ties with Israel and donations to Zionist organization Im Tirtzu. In 2001, Coca-Cola was sued by the Colombian Food and Drink Union Sinaltranal for using death squads to kidnap, torture, and kill Colombian bottler workers. The company denies any connection to human rights violations and does not own or operate the plants. Other uses. Coca-Cola can be used to remove grease and oil stains from concrete, metal, and clothes. It is also used to delay concrete from setting. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and share this video. And subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell icon to be notified for new released videos.